President Trump has released new details on those investment accounts created by last year's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill ahead of their expected launch in July. The Trump accounts will be available for all children born between January of 2025 and the end of 2028 with a $1,000 starting deposit from the federal government. The child simply needs a Social Security number to qualify. The accounts are managed by private banks or brokerage firms and are invested in U.S. equity index funds. Parents can contribute up to $5,000 a year until the child turns 18. Like a 401k retirement account, employers are also allowed to contribute to a certain point. Some already have announced their intention to do that. Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, SoFi, Charles Schwab, Turning Point USA, BlackRock, and tech company Broadcom have made a pledge to donate at least $1,000 to the accounts of children of their employees. The program also allows state and local governments, family, the parents' friends, and private charities to make contributions. Visa announced Wednesday its cardholders would be able to fund their accounts with credit card rewards. Now, money generally can't be withdrawn from the accounts until the child turns 18, or else there are penalties. After that, the administration says money can be withdrawn tax-free for certain approved expenses like education or buying a home. Otherwise, it will be at the current tax rate. So let's bring in Javier David. He's a CBS News contributor and business editor at the Dallas Morning News. So the White House estimates if you put the max contribution, $5,000 a year, into these accounts, you could walk away with more than $300,000 after 18 years. That is a good chunk of coin. If you contribute nothing after that initial $1,000 investment, you're looking at about $6,000. So for some people, this could be their first investment account. How should families approach this?
Yeah, look, I mean, the best way to benefit, first of all, is say the obvious: have a baby. I'm only half joking, but the benefit is here. Behind this accounts, it's an attempt to reverse what's a really serious demographic trend, which is across the world, people are just not having enough kids. It's a real threat to future growth. It's the solvency of our social safety net. So the mechanics are, as you said, involve parents just enrolling their babies in this benefit. It's tax free. There's no real harm doing it. You fill out this form. It basically activates the account and transfers the funds. But the best way for parents to think about it is sort of a traditional investment account, like an IRA or a retirement account. Set it, forget it. By, as you mentioned, some of these estimates about at the end of it, you can have about $300,000 saved. That's a lot of money. So you make as many deposits as you can, up to the $5,000 limit, as frequently as you can, and just don't touch it before the child turns 18. And that's the best way to maximize it.
Some critics have said that this could widen the wealth gap, and Kelly O'Grady asked Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent about that. Let's watch.
Let's say I'm a high-income earning family. I can keep contributing to that over time as my child grows. But if I'm a low-income family, my child, when they turn 18, may only have $5,000 or so, give or take. So how are you going to prevent the wealth gap from widening with this program?
Well, I think that is a terrible criticism. It shows how out of touch anyone who says that is. Because if they say only $5,000, these are families. Huge number of families in America wouldn't have $500 to meet a medical emergency.
What do you make of his response?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I tend to agree with him. It's just kind of the opposite. The population that's most likely to tap into these accounts, honestly, are the working and middle class families that need it the most. The wealthy already have ample assets, the trust fund kids, if you will, when they have it, when they come of age. So this policy really is a nod to how much money it takes to raise a child and how parents really need some sort of support and for financial incentive to have them, or at least be able to defray some of the costs. So it gives every American child, especially at the lower end of the income spectrum, an early stake in the economy. It introduces them to compound interest and introduces them to the benefits of saving and investing. So needless to say, as I said, it takes a lot of money to raise kids, and parents need some sort of financial incentive to have them.
So imagine that gif of that kid throwing money out the window. That's what having a kid is like. Javier David, thank you.
Thank you.